Hello, Marina. How are you?
Hello, Denise. I'm good. And you?
Good, good. So, welcome to the episode number 4 of It's All Good. Let's see who's here for a chat. And the reason why it's called It's All Good because I have my favorite cup that's called It's All Good. And I love just that. That's the way I see my life. I'm always looking at different things and say, it's all good. It's all good. Like there's no point to stress myself over things. It's all good. Things will always come out the way they should come out. So today I'm really excited. That's episode number. My hearing is backward. That's episode number 4. So if you haven't seen that, I've been doing that for the last 4 weeks. The last month, I've had one different coming here into my little personal studio. And in order to introduce the person to chat with us. So now, Marina, let me introduce you to Marina. Marina is a dream coach, positive intelligence, and cultural alignment consultant with over 15 years of experience in HR, training and development, change management, coaching and recruitment in different organization type, including multinational corporations, startup, and NGOs. She holds a postgraduate degree in psychology, certified as a Gallup StregthsFinder and CCMC career coach. She is Russian and Brazilian, lived in 4 different countries, speak English, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really, really happy to have you here, Marina. That's such an honor.
Thank you, Denise. And I find it's a wonderful initiative that you are doing, talking to different people. I've watched several previous episodes and loved it. So thank you very much having me here.
You're very welcome. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Like I know I gave a little introduction, but that's just a tiny thing. So tell us about you and your path to becoming who you are now.
So I can say that now my focus in this moment is to help people to be more authentic, to create, to find their own way. And I do it, as you mentioned, through the dream job coaching. I help people in to change their careers and really in these COVID times, I think a lot of people started to think about where they are, if it is what they really want, where they want to be, right? With more time, they started to look at their life, and many people started to feel frustrated. And I have many friends like that. I was in this situation. I worked in I had a very good job in a big multinational corporation. I was a business consultant, different project every time, all exciting, big transformations. But really, I felt frustrated in many moments because this is not what I wanted to do. I love to talk to people, to help people, and not feeling like multiple Excels, deal with all this politics. And I am a super positive person. I'm an optimist. I was always hoping that it will become better. It's not too bad. Look at other people. It will become better. It's not too bad. And this way I lived for years. And I know that it's not only me. I hear it from many people, how they postpone some decision that has to be made because of some thoughts, some beliefs that may be deep within, they know that this is not true, right? So and then in some moment, what happened to me, the same thing that happened to many people, that you can't go on anymore, that things go so stiff, like you really can't go on. And when you are in such a situation, when you are in such a mood, you do not perform very well as well. You start to treat your job as
and you doubt yourself too, I imagine, right? Like a lot of self-doubt.
A lot of self-doubt, and you just don't give to your work anymore as much as you could be given. You just do what you have to do. So it's neither good for you, no good for your employer, no good for anyone. And it's like it becoming very frustrating. So in some moment, like I realized that this might, because I was in the last years, I was doing kind of a parallel thing. I was giving coaching, and I did several I always worked with HR, with development, change management, but change management, like behavioral change, when the organization is going through a bigger change, people need to adapt as well. So I was helping people to adapt. And but this was like very, didn't feel authentic for me in a way. It felt like it's a little bit of a manipulation. And I felt that I want to people not to adapt, but to become themselves, to help people, to help the individuals to be more themselves. So I was doing in parallel this coaching, and I realized that these coaching sessions, that they make my week, they make my day. So in some moment I thought that, so why am I not doing it for living, right? Why don't I start to work with people? Why don't I start to do it as my main work?
Because
So I started.
you were doing it just as you were going through things, but it was not necessary doing it
It was like
as
a
you
hobby.
were not getting paid for it, right? In a sense.
I was paid for it, but it was always like a one person over time, no more than one, because it's too much of time, because I have a full-time work. So it was almost like a parallel thing for like 2 or 3 years. And then in some moment I said like, wow, if it is what really gives me such a satisfaction, why don't I try to make it as a main thing? And I started to involve in more projects, started to learn a bit more about myself. What could be this my thing, where I can help people the way I want to help people. I went through all the process of self-discovery, of understanding the market, of talking to a lot of people by myself. And then now I can say that I did my own career transition. It lasted maybe around like 1.5 years for me. I put together all my knowledge in psychology, people development, etc. And now maybe for a half a year, for a year, I have several projects going on, and it's been quite interesting experience, and it's developing. And one of these projects is a dream job project. Is like I want to help. Yeah, I went through this experience. I know the satisfaction that it gives when you do what really makes sense for you, when you can help people, what shines your eyes.
Why don't you tell me more about the dream job project? Like that sounds very interesting, which, it sounds like you'll find your dream jobs once you do this project.
Yes, like I don't believe that there is one dream job first. I think after the dream job, there is another dream job, because we do not stop in our development. We grow and develop. We see different opportunities. So I think that the dreams, they grow bigger and bigger. So the same way the dream job, it can change over time. But yes, the dream job project is because I went through this process by myself. I know how painful it is. I know how to go with it, and I did a lot. I have like education. I did several certification. I have tools, and I see so many people who need it with this COVID. I did some research, like around 40% of people in the world, they are not satisfied with their current job. It's a lot. It's almost half of population. So I wanted to help. So the dream job project was born this way, that I basically structured all that I've learned, all that I know, and created a program to help people to accelerate their career transition, to find what this dream job project could be, and to do the transition. And for now, even like before the program was over, we had some people who wanted to try. So it's the thing that is going on right now, and they really managed to identify what is that thing, what is the specific, unique value proposition to this world and create a plan.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So what are the actual, like, what's the secret? Like, that people, like, is there one secret, that people who wants to manage to be successful in their career transition? Like, there are people that can switch from one job to the other, and they're like adapt, and it goes, and it works, it's good, I do it without problem. But is there a secret to that? Like, is there something that people have to know in order to have a great career transition? Because it could be stressful, right?
It could be very stressful, very disappointing, and it requires a lot of courage to go for it, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the main thing, and we did several several surveys about that the main reason why people don't do the career transition, why they get stuck, is fear, security related fear. So security related fear is something very, right, it's related to our life. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I can die, I'll not
yeah.
have money, I will fail. Like it's a very strong thing. So this is one of the main things why people don't do it, are these fears. So, and I think one of the main success factors, let's say, of the people who can do it is that they have courage to make a first step. And after first step, there goes a second step, and then it goes a third step, and then person keep going, keep trying. So I think one of the main things that differentiates people who do it and who don't is actually the first step, the trial.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's great. And like, what is, like you said, you got to take the first step, and once you've done this first step, go to second step and third step. But what stops people from taking the first step? Like, what is it that blocked them to take action and to move forward into the career transition? Because I've known people, like, I've been self-employed most of my life. I've done body work for 19 years, and then I've done coaching for almost 10 years now, and then I found that, but when I meet some of my friends that are, either getting laid off, or whether they're not happy in their job and they want to go and get another job, and I found that it's very stressful, and they either get stuck in the job they don't like, or they are, having a hard time finding another type of work. And what is it that is blocking them from making those transitions?
well, as I said, this process is related to these fears, right? To the negative emotions, like very serious fears. So this wakes up in us our saboteurs, like different emotions, the mental models that are protecting ourselves, right? Because this is dangerous, so we need to protect ourselves. And different people, they have different kinds of saboteurs depending on their, like, as we have different personalities, but very deep inside actually they are similar. So in the Shirzad Shamin study, he works with the positive intelligence. Maybe I think you should have mentioned in the other episodes about him. So he did this study, and he found out that behind all these negative emotions and all these feelings, there are actually 10 saboteurs.
Okay.
10 different saboteurs, the way how people sabotage themselves in making actions, in moving forward, in achieving their goals. Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, if it is possible to know which are these saboteurs, and there is a way to work with these saboteurs. And what are these saboteurs? It could sound very theoretical, but for example, a lot of people, they, like me in my story, right? I was always hoping that it will get better. I was always hoping that it will get better, so I was not getting out. What is this? It is a procrastination, right? It is a saboteur that Shirzad called avoider. is a saboteur that makes you avoid difficult decision, difficult situation. You believe that things will go well. And from one side, it can be a big strength, the positive view, optimism. But from another side, it stops you from making decisions that have to be made, right? The difficult decisions. So this is a one type of saboteur, right? This famous, that is behind in a lot of cases of this famous procrastination. There are a lot of other different saboteurs. For example, the hyperachievers. They even will not, the people who really want to succeed, who want things to go perfectly, who are used to be the best, being perfect, for them, the career transition has to be perfect. So it has to happen. It has
Perfect
to be in the
interview and
most.
the perfect transition and the,
So what happens? They just don't go this way because they are afraid that this will not be perfect. And it is possibly will not be. It will not be perfect because it's a process, right?
We are human.
Yes, we are all human, and as well, like something fits you, you fit, you don't fit, you like, you don't like. It's a process of discovery. You need to be open to discover, to find a way to lose, just to find something better. And probably these hyperachievers will not even go this way because they will be afraid of a mistake, right?
For sure,
so yeah, so this is
go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You had a question.
Well, you were saying that you have also a program, right, that you're starting, like your dream job project is something that you're actually starting like in this week and the week to come. So tell me a little bit more about that.
So it's a career acceleration program.
Oh, wow.
It's a career transition acceleration program. It lasts 6 weeks. And in this program, actually, as I said, like I have this experience. I studied a lot of this. I had experience with several groups before. And what it is about, it actually will help you to understand better yourself. What do you want? What are your values? What are non-negotiables? What kind of experience you want to have, to understand better where is the best fit, for whom you want to work, with whom you want to work. So in terms of the market, where is this your niche that you want to attend if you are self-employed, or what kind of company you want to work if you want to transit to the corporate world, right? So you have yourself, you have the market, and it will help you to match. So what is your unique value proposition to this ideal customer or to this ideal employer? Why you? So to formulate this, and okay, based on this, your dream, your unique value proposition will help you to create a strategy and a plan to go for this ideal job, this dream job for this specific moment. And these saboteurs that we are talking about, right, we'll have it will be like a track in parallel that we will be doing to support you to deal with these saboteurs and to stay on this your personal power mode, and to use the best way your strengths and all the abilities that we have available for all of us. So to stay on this strong part and not on a saboteur part. So have this program going in parallel, supporting you. We'll have the group.
How can people find out more about it?
So we will tomorrow we will do a webinar.
Okay.
It's a practical workshop. Actually, it's a 1 hour, but it's a practical workshop. We will do it together with our partner. It's and the head organization. They are German. So we work more with the career transition. They work with relocating people to the market after a long break for like maternity leave or some other reasons. So we'll do it together with them, and we will actually talk a little bit about the tips for successful career transition, some practical examples of what you can do, right, to do a successful career transition. And we will have some practical experience related to the saboteurs. So we will talk a little bit, what are each of the saboteurs that can influence your career transition. We will talk a little bit as well, Carolina from And Ahead, she will talk about the Ikigai. It's like how to identify what could be a work with purpose that will give you money and serve the world, and you will be able to realize yourself, right, to use your abilities and skills. So this will be this kind of event. So if you are in this moment, if you are interested, so probably this event will help you to maybe to change some perceptions, so you can start moving.
Yeah, and that's going to be in the like in a 1 hour that you do that webinar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be
it's just 1 hour.
With everything you've described, it seems like it's going to be like a well attentive, like, you know, like very interesting hour, because there's a lot of very interesting things that you've talked about that will be covered. And I'll make my I think I might be able to be there, so that'll be really exciting to
that will be great
to listen to what you have to teach people and how to do that. Well, that's super exciting. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. And how, like, I posted actually the link in the chat for your webinar. So if you're interested to know more, the webinar is free. So you can just click on the link in the chat and join us, I guess, because I should be able to go. I have my schedule, but it's at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then 1 p.m. Brazil time. So you can just check in your agenda when is the time and how that works. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Brazil time. And Google the time if you're in different area. And go check Maria for a workshop. I think just to attend will be a treat, you know, whether you want to join our program or not, but you'll be able to find out at that time whether it's something that's for you or not. And maybe you're not in a position to be in a career transition, but it's been something you'll realize, you know, like sometimes we do a job and we stay in that job and we're sort of stagnant, right? We're not really moving. We're not growing. We're not learning anything. We're not expanding our skill the way we could or should, because we're just being put in a corner in that job, and you do this, even though you could do all of that. And I think that's what some of the stuff that people can discover in your dream job project is. What can you do and what can you bring to a company, right? And how can you be of great value to somebody else's? I think that would be something absolutely amazing. Even if you don't think you're in career transition, I recommend that you watch this webinar, because I think that might just bring you a little, oh, but wow, she's right. Maybe, you know, maybe I could start to look into that. Doesn't mean you have to look like. How long the project is, like 6 weeks? Is that what it is?
Yes, the program is 6 weeks, but like the webinar is 1 hour, right?
Yeah, of course. And how much time involvement is there for people? Let's say somebody has a full-time job, can they still do that?
I believe so. I believe it's like 3 hours a week. I think a minimum that you need to have 3 hours a week. But it has a part that is self-paced, so you can watch like 15 minutes here, do a little task whenever it's good for you. And there is like a commitment for 1 hour group coaching session every week. So that 1 hour will happen at the same time. That will be good for you, for your schedule, and the other people who are in your group. It's like 3 people in a group. So this is the only like time commitment. But as it is a career, there is another thing about the success factors about the career transition, that you need to dedicate time to it.
Of course.
You cannot postpone. We always think, it's not so important. I have so many things to do. Oh, well, if you do not dedicate time, nothing happens. So
I know. Like
this acceleration program is like it's like helps you to plan it, because you have deadlines, you have people who are going through it with you. So this is one of the good things. It will give a little push to you, even if you do not manage to make it push by yourself. This can be your little push.
Yeah, I noticed that in my coaching business too, that people are chronic procrastinators, right? Like it's just like, oh, I don't really need to do that right now. Maybe avoider, as you were talking earlier, right? Avoider and procrastinator. And it's just like, oh, nah, I'll do it later. I don't need to do that right now. And I think that's very important, that if you think of changing your career, and if you think of wanting to have something better in your life and reach higher level of happiness, then that you can go and take Marina's webinar and tomorrow. And also we'll put, do you have a website, Marina? Maybe we can go back in the chat later and put your website if you have one, so people can know a little bit about you. If they can't make it tomorrow, maybe they can just get a hold of you and be able to contact you.
And the Dream Job Project is not only about this webinar and this program, right? Because our purpose is to help people who are in this difficult moment. Because everybody, I don't believe that there are wrong people in this world. I believe that there are people in the wrong places. So I believe that everybody deserves to be happy at work, not to be afraid of Mondays, to have their eyes shining. So that's why, like, if you will give a link as well on the program, and it has so you can schedule a conversation if you just want to talk about your moment without any commitment, without not a setting. But if you want to talk about this moment as well, like, I'm available. Awesome. We can do that.
Great.
So
that's great. And so we'll show that in the chat right after. And if you're watching this live, like it's not, we're almost finished, but when you're watching the replay, don't be shy to put your question in the chat, or reach out to Marina. We'll have her information in the chat, just if you want to know more, because I think it's very important that in any area of our lives, that we're being fulfilled, that we're being happy, that we're feeling like we contribute, and that we are of value. And so don't be shy to reach out, and especially, like, so many people, especially in the last year and a half, whether we want to erase those last 18, 19, 20 months or not, we can't do that. And this month, I mentioned, I'll talk about it more this week, but this week particularly, and this month, is Suicide Prevention Week and month. And I think it's very important that when we are stuck in position in our life where we're not happy, it's just almost like every time we do something that makes us unhappy, it's almost like putting a brick on our back and never removing them. It's like putting another brick, and eventually you just can't do it anymore. And that's what suicide prevention is all about, is to be able to talk about the issue. And especially, like, if you don't like your job, don't stay there. Like, it's not the end of the world, right? You can transition with Marina. You can find a better job. You can find a better position in your life where you will be fulfilled and you will be happy and you will be, excited to go to work in the morning, and not hoping for Friday, TGIF, and then, thank God it's Friday. Oh no, dreading the Monday. You should have a job that you're excited every single day of your life, whether it's a weekend or a weekday.
Totally agree, Denise. And this is because I worked as an individual coach with people who were changing career, right? And what I see in a lot of cases, this moment of frustration with the work, it influences a lot the perception of a person's self-value. And it will not get better. Once you are there, it's not getting better. It's a lie that it will get better. In the most of the cases, it's not getting better. So it just gets worse. And the thing is that when you don't perceive this value, but it's not that you are wrong. You are just in the wrong place. So if you find yourself in this situation, just go find another place. Don't keep blaming you. Don't keep saying I'm bad, I have no worth. Because I think it can contribute in some, like, with your mental health, right, in a negative way.
Yeah, we see it in everywhere, right? In job, in relationship. You would see two people together in a relationship, and let's say one is super unhappy and depressed and all that. The relationship end, and the depressed person start another relationship, and the person will be like shining and happy and laughing, and it's the same for every situation in your life. So if you're in a situation where you're not happy, you don't have to stay there. If you don't know how to change, just reach out. There's many people out there that can help you. If it's related to work, talk to Marina. She's an expert and she can assist you. And if in any other area of your life, we can always reach out to me, reach out to anybody else that you feel comfortable to talk to, and they can help you with the transition. So Marina, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure to get to know you a little bit more, because in those conversations, I'm always curious to find out more in depth, like the gems of the people that I interview, and the depth of their work, and how they can really help other people, and how they care about the work they do. So thank you so much. And any last word before we go?
Well, the last word, if the people who are thinking about career transition are here, if they have like little thought somewhere behind the mind, the last word is do something, act.
Yeah.
Put like 30 minutes in your agenda, in your calendar for that, and do something.
Yeah.
So this is important. Do it. Go do it. Don't think, don't procrastinate. Just simply do it.
And
And
register to
this will
Marina.
make a big change.
Register to Marina's webinar tomorrow, and
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll discover a bunch of new tools.
Yeah, this could be a little thing that you will do for your career transition as well. Go to that webinar.
Wonderful. So have a wonderful day, everyone. And I look forward to next week. Who do I interview? Oh, Judy McHugh next week. So stay tuned for talking with Judy and I next week at 9:30, same time. And I look forward to talking with you next week. And until then, you might see me this week, because for me, the suicide prevention, is very, very important. And that's mainly my work. I'm a serenity expert. I want to release stress. I want people to feel more serene and peaceful in their life. I want people to be happy all the time for no reason, and just to be alive, waking up and be grateful for what's around them. So I'll be talking to you more this week about suicide prevention. And until then, have a wonderful day. Enjoy wherever you are. Just put a smile on your face, and fake it until you make it. If you feel that you're not that happy, it works. Believe me, it works. Like when you start smiling and you share your smile with other people, they'll give it back to you, and then you'll be even happier because somebody smiled at you. But you have to be the initiator sometime, and that works. So have a wonderful week, everyone, and thank you so much, Marina, for joining me today.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you very much for inviting.